Hello friends, myself Pratibha Dangi from Kekewa College Chandori. Today we are going to see special purpose system, that is a distributed system. There are three types of special purpose systems are there. Real time embedded system, then multimedia system and handheld systems. These three systems we are going to see in this video. See, there are our different classes of computer systems whose functions are some limited and whose objective is to deal with limited computation domains. Firstly, we have to see special purpose system, that is real time embedded system. Embedded computers are the most prevalent form of computers in existence. These devices are found everywhere, from car engines and manufacturing robots to VCRs and microwave ovens. They tend to have very specific tasks. The systems they run on are usually primitive, and so the operating systems provide limited features. Usually, they have little or no user interface, preferring to spend their time monitoring and managing hardware devices such as automobile engines and robotics arms. These embedded systems vary considerably. Some are general purpose computers running standard operating systems such as Unix with special purpose applications to implement the functionality. Other are hardware devices with a specific special purpose embedded operating system providing just the functionality desired. Yet others are hardware devices with application specific integrated circuits ASCIIs that perform their task without the operating systems. The use of embedded systems continues to expand. The power of these devices, both as standalone units and as members of networks and the web, is sure to increase as well. Entire houses can be computerized so that the central computer, either a general purpose computer or an embedded system, can control heating and lighting, alarm systems, and even coffee makers. Web access can enable a homeowner to tell the house to heat up before the arrives home somebody. The refrigerator may call the grocery store when it notices the milk is gone. Embedded system almost always run real time operating systems. A real time system is used when rigid time requirements have been placed on the operations of processor or the flow of data. Thus, it is often used as a control device in a dedicated application. Sensors bring data to the computer. The computer must always the data and possibly adjust controls to modify the sensor inputs. Systems that control specific experiments, medical imaging systems, industrial control systems, and certain display systems are real time systems. Some automobile engine, fuel injection systems, home appliances controller, and weapon systems are also real time systems. A real time system has defined fixed time constraint. Processing must be done within the defined constraints or the system will fail. For instance, it would not do for a robot arm to be instructed to halt after it had smashed into the car it was building. Real time system functions correctly only if it is returns the correct result within its time constraints. Contrast this system with a time sharing system where it is desirable but not mandatory to respond quickly, or a batch system which may have no time constraints at all. Second one is multimedia system. Most operating systems are designed to handle conventional data such as text files of programs, word processing, documents, and spreadsheets. However, recent trend in technology is multimedia data consists of audio and video files as well as conventional files. These data differ from conventional data in that multimedia data, such as frames of video, must be delivered, streamed according to certain time restrictions. Multimedia describes a wide range of applications that are in popular use today. These functions include audio files such as MP3, DVD movies, audio, video conferencing, and video multimedia applications may also include live webcast, broadcasting over the World Wide Web of speeches or sporting events, and even live webcams that allow viewer in Manhattan to observe customers as a cafe in Paris. Multimedia applications need not be either audio or video. Rather, a multimedia application often includes a combination of both. For example, a movie play consists of separate audio and video tracks. Not must multimedia applications be delivered only to desktop personal computers. Increasingly, they are being directed toward smaller devices, including PDAs and cellular telephones. A stock trader may have stock quotes delivered wirelessly and in real time to his PDA. Third system is a handheld system. It includes personal digital assistants, that is PDA, such as palm and pocket PCs, and cellular telephones, many of which use special purpose embedded operating systems. Developers of handheld systems and applications faces many challenges, most of which are due to the limited size of such devices. For example, a PDA is typically about 5 inches in height and 3 inches in width, and it weighs less than 1/2 pound. Because of their size, most handheld devices have a small amount of memory, slow processors, and small display screens. We will take a look now at each of these limitations. The amount of physical memory in a handheld depends on the device, but typically it is somewhere between 512 KB and 128 MB. As a result, the operating system and applications must manage memory efficiently. This include returning all allocated memory back to the memory manager when the memory is not being used. Virtual memory allows developers to write programs that behave as if the system has more memory than is physically available. Currently, not many handheld devices are use virtual memory techniques, so program developers must work within the confine of limited physical memory. A second issue of concern to developers of handheld devices is the speed of processor used in the devices. Processors of most handheld devices run at a fraction of the speed of a processor in a PC. Faster processor requires more power. To include a faster processor in a handheld device would require a larger battery, which would take up more space and would have us replace or recharge more frequently. Most handheld devices use smaller, slower processors that consume less power. Therefore, the operating system and applications must be designed not to tax the processor. Okay, in this way, these are the system we have seen: real time, multimedia, and handheld systems are there, and these are the some explanation about the these three system. Real time basically uses in real time example like ovens, then electricity machines. Then multimedia are used in entertainment purpose, that is audio video, and handheld systems are like a mobiles or PDAs. That's the example of real time, multimedia, and handheld systems. Hope so all of you are understanding special purpose systems and their uses and examples. Thank you very much for watching this video.